makeup continues today with Too Faced. You Drive Me Glazy. Who doesn't love a pun around the holidays? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Kimmie. This is my attic, and we are keeping up with the holiday makeup. Today we are talking about Too Faced You Drive Me Glazy. Now, when some people think holiday traditions, they think friends, they think family. Me, I think Too Faced palettes, because they are just all over holiday makeup, aren't they? The holiday season, makeup season that is, or maybe the holiday season, I don't know, depending on who you are, kicks off with the fall palette that Too Faced releases every year. The fall tin palette, which this year they decided not to put in a tin. So this year it was Pumpkin Spice, Second Slice. I thought they should have done this last year, but let's not get into this. I have a whole video on this palette. I will link it down below. Then, as we get closer to Christmas, Too Faced releases a bunch of palettes that honestly have a reputation of being subpar. They're kind of all about the packaging. If I may take you back a few years ago, I believe 3 years ago, when they released all those palettes and the theme was animals and they were all wearing like necklaces, and the packaging was so cute. The palettes were absolutely horrendous. I don't know if you guys bought them. I know I did. I do not have them anymore. So usually they do that. They release different things to Ulta. They release different things to Sephora. This year they released to Ulta, to Sephora. I believe it was something with candy, like, has like gummy bears on the packaging. I don't think it went over that well. With Sephora, they went with a bakery theme. So I have the palette, You Drive Me Glazy. This is just one palette. It's actually a set. It comes with eyeliner and mascara. Then they also release the package of palettes. They do that every year also. That also had a baking theme. I believe the package of palettes, it's like 3 palettes, and the mascara, I believe that was released to Sephora and Ulta, and it all has a cookie theme, like baking cookies. So that's cute. I always thought that that was a good idea for gifts. Like if you have, like, you know, maybe stocking stuffers or co-workers, whatever, that like makeup, you've got that package. I think it's about $54, but then you have 3 gifts. So this was $48. This is the one that we're going to take a look at. I'm going to take it out of the package because it is glaring like crazy. But packaging is really, really, really cute. Too Faced, known for their packaging. Although I have a feeling, just by looking at the package, that I am going to like the one that they did last year better. I'm going to compare it because I actually still have the one that they did last year. I gave it to my mom, so I did borrow it back just for this video. So this was $48 at Ulta. And you get an eyeliner, you get the palette, and you get the mascara. So it's not a terrible deal. Here is the palette. It's really the packaging. I'm telling you, Too Faced, they really do it right with the packaging for the holidays. It's like wraps up like a bakery box. It has the donuts on it, and they're raised. So they put a lot into the packaging. Unfortunately, they really don't put a lot into the color stories on these palettes. So, and that's nothing new. They're always kind of these boring, neutral color stories, but I'm someone who loves a neutral palette, guys. You know that. But the formula on these palettes is usually not that great. Now, some people don't like Too Faced formula to begin with. I don't mind Too Faced formula eyeshadow, but on these palettes, for some reason, the holiday palettes, it's usually not as good as Too Faced usual formula. That's how I feel anyway. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. And here we go. Here's the color story. I'm sorry, I'm glaring again. Here's the color story. It's hard not to glare because it's like a gold, and I do have the light. But they don't have mirrors. These palettes never ever have mirrors. I shouldn't say never ever, but as far as I have been into makeup the past few years, they haven't had mirrors because the packaging is everything on these palettes. So they just have the design up here. And then this one has 20 shades. They did include 2 blushes and 2 bronzers. Last year's palette had 4 blushes. Last year's palette, I thought they did a beautiful job. It was Christmas in London was the theme. Let me go ahead and show it to you. We can compare color stories. So this was supposed supposed to smell like English toffee, the one last year. I don't remember if it did smell, and it came with the mascara. The one this year comes with eyeliner and mascara. Did my mom even use this? It's still like packed. Who knows? Okay, so this was the one last year. It was Christmas in London, and the packaging was so beautiful down to the last detail. Like, they had the like apartment buildings, these apartments, they had like, they look similar to apartments they have in London. I actually have been there. And then they have like the chimney sweep. It was just, it's so down to detail. So this one's a little bit more colorful, but I actually did like this one so much. I also had like, the blushes were amazing. This was the color story. They had 4 blushes instead of bronzers. People's Princess was, oh, actually my mom did dig into this. She did. I can see some use. Okay, good. She gave it some love. People's Princess, one of the most beautiful blushes I felt Too Faced has ever done, and just the whole thing, you know, I really felt like they should have done this as a single blush for just add it to their collection. They never did. I thought it was so pretty, and I thought this formula in general was a little better than the ones that they had done in holiday palettes in the past. So that's this color story. We'll compare it to this color story. Okay, so there you have it. And like I said, I'm sorry about the glare. Both very neutral color stories. This one did have a little bit more pink. This one seems to go a little bit more brown, but both very neutral color stories. I think the pan sizes are a little bit bigger on this one, if that matters to anybody. And of course, this one, they did include 2 bronzers. Actual palette, I think the donut one is bigger. Yeah, the donut one is bigger palette. So I think my heart, this one just has my heart. I don't know. I just loved it so much. I really did. Unless this one has a kill-ass formula, which it probably doesn't. But we will see. We shall see. It's supposed to smell like something. These palettes always smell like something, but I can tell you right now, I don't smell anything. So let me see. It's supposed to smell, it says Too Faced Christmas Bake Shop. I'm sure it's supposed to smell like something. If it's supposed to smell like something, it doesn't. It has no scent, which is very unusual for Too Faced. They usually really always scent like everything. Yeah, this has no scent, so I'm going to have to look up if it's advertised as having a scent, because it does not have one. So, name shades, Drummer Girl, Maple Bar, Jam Pack, Chestnuts Roasting, Oh Holy Night. They tried to, obviously, Too Faced sometimes tries to get a little risque with their names, but this one doesn't look too bad. And then, okay, so it says there's 2 bronzers. Did I read this right? Wait a second. Oh no, it's 4 blushes. I don't know where I got the idea. I'm telling you, I saw somewhere where it said bronzers, but it's actually 4 blushes. Pink Poinsettia, Fond of You, Drive Me Glazy, and Kiss Me. So it's 4 blushes. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that there was bronzer in here, but there's not. It's the same. It's also 4 blushes. Sorry. That's my mistake, but I'm telling you, I thought I read somewhere that there was bronzers in here. I'm going to have to also check that out. So the blushes last year compared to this year, they were a little bit more pinkish. Last year, they're a little bit more peachy this year. That seems to be the difference. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch it out. We will do a try-on, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I actually swatched it all out on one hand. Now I'm going to read you the shade names. Try to follow it because I didn't swatch it in order. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But across the top is Son of a Nutcracker, Tinsel in a Twist, Ho-Ho Nut, Drummer Girl, Maple Bar, Butter Half, Chocolate Hunk, Santa Claus, Oh Holy Night, Chestnuts Roasting, and then on the bottom we have Bake It Happen, Such a Snowflake, Ruppa Pum Pum, Dough What Fun, Jam Packed, that's that pink shade, S'more to Love, For Sure, Twinkle Sprinkle, and Blueberry Blitzen, which is actually kind of green, and then To All a Good Night. So it doesn't swatch overly well. The shadows are not at all buttery or creamy, but that's kind of what you come to expect from these Too Faced formulas around the holidays. I'm telling you, they're kind of the same. I'll swatch out the blushes for you because sometimes they're a little bit more interesting. But yep, that's what it looks like. Colors, we got some real similar ones. I mean, look at some of these shimmers. Look at some of these browns. They're almost exactly the same. This is the problem I had with the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate palette. And to me, that was even worse because that's like a signature palette that they did. These holiday palettes, I feel like we have come to expect. They're not the greatest. They're just like I said, they're almost just kind of like a tradition. Anyway, let me go ahead and swatch the blushes out. Alright guys, so starting away from the wrist is Pink Poinsettia, Drive Me Glazy, Kiss Me, and Fond of You. Did not swatch that great. Had a hard time swatching them. They feel really dry. But it's a little, the blushes at least are a little different than the eyeshadows. The eyeshadows all looked exactly the same. Although swatched out Drive Me Crazy and Fond of You, they don't really look all that different. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this on. See what we think. Alright guys, so here's something a little interesting. I'm reading this on Ulta's website. So this is just a little description of the palette, and it says, Bake Spirits Bright with this donut-themed makeup collection complete with 20 multi-finish eyeshadows and 4 blush/bronzers. So they're saying that you can use these as blushes or bronzers, but with the exception of maybe this one, they don't look like you could use them for bronzers. And on the actual package, it says blushes. It doesn't say anything about bronzers unless I'm missing it. So I knew I saw it somewhere. Let's see. Anything else it says? Details. Yeah, for blush bronzer shades, you get the eyeliner, you get the mascara. So then the eyeshadows are, oh, it says creamy, soft browns with pops of jewel tones. That's what it's supposed to be, but there's no real shimmering shadows here. Like that really beautiful shimmering formula, I don't think we're going to have that in this, but let's see. 10 creamy mattes. This formula is not creamy. 5 metallic, 3 shimmers, and 2 satin eyeshadows. Which ones are the metallics? Oh, I guess Santa Claus, jam-packed. Yeah, they do look different than the shimmers. So 3 shimmer. I'm gonna have to say that the shimmers are Twinkle Sprinkle for sure, and Blueberry Blitzen maybe, and the metallics are Santa Claus, Such a Snowflake, Jam Packed, Ho Ho Nut. I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing. They do look a little bit different, that's what I'm saying, the shimmers and the metallics, but they all kind of swatched out the same. 4 versatile blush shades. So, to be honest, it says matte soft nude, matte medium pink, satin golden peach, and satin cotton candy pink. So, I think matte soft nude would probably be this one. This would probably be matte medium pink, satin golden peach, and satin soft cotton candy pink. But they're not blonde. Why do I keep saying bronzers? They're not bronzers. Like, they're not what I would think of as bronzers. So I don't really agree with that. It doesn't say anything about it smelling unless I'm missing it. And that's very possible. But to be honest with you, I'm looking at Ulta's. Ulta has, you know how Ulta always has like a model, whatever, it's trying it on. And you cannot see her eyelids. Like, all you see is lashes. So I have no idea what kind of makeup look she did. And yeah. Alright. There you have it. Doesn't say that it smells, and it doesn't smell. And that's it. Okay. Like I said, unless I am missing it. It is kind of cute inside. It does have like the... It is like wrapped up. Like the eyeliner and the... Oh no, it's on the side. Okay, so we have eyeliner, killer eyeliner. I can't use this. I cannot use this at all. Killer liner. Because it has iron oxides in it. So, giving that to someone that uses eyeliner. And then, where is my mascara? Is my mascara not in here? Oh no, it's on the other side. Alright. You get a Travel Better Than Sex mascara. And here's the thing with that. I really like the formula, the Better Than Sex formula for mascara. However, I do have to say, those little ones, I don't know, it's my opinion that they're not as good as the bigger ones. For usually, but that's not just Too Faced, any mascara. I find that the little travel sizes, a lot of times they're just not as good. Alright, so I'm actually going to use the mirror in the pumpkin spice because it does not come with a mirror. So I think what we're going to do, let's go ahead and try the blushes. So the only thing I'm wearing today is some skin tint, and I do have a concealer from Too Faced, the Eternal Light concealer. I actually really did like that, that launch this year. I liked that concealer, and then I have on some lip injections, trying to keep up with the Too Faced. Let's go ahead and try the blushes first. So Fond of You, I'm actually going to do that as a bronzer because they say you can, and that's like the only one I think I would use as a bronzer. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so me, it doesn't blend out that great. On me, I could use it as a bronzer, but that's because I'm super pale. Like, these are not bronzing shades, in my opinion. They're just not. Okay, so I don't know if you can even tell. I'll use Pink Poinsettia as a blush. That's pretty, but it's nothing special. Their blushes in the palette last year were so much better. Like I said, that People's Princess blush, oh, chef's kiss. It was beautiful. Beautiful. I even liked Too Faced blush that they did, that butterfly, what was that butterfly, La Femme collection or something, Too Femme, La Femme, I don't know what it was. But that butterfly blush, the blush with the butterfly in it, they did, I think they all had butterflies. They had like maybe 2 shades. I'm going to do Drive Me Glazy. This might be a little bit better for me. Yeah, this is a pretty blush, Drive Me Glazy. That was pretty too, that other blush that they did was pretty too. Usually I do like Too Faced blushes. These are okay. These are okay. They're not bad, but they're not bronzers. That's for sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a pink kind of a look, and then we'll do a neutral look with all these neutral shades. Actually, let's try the neutrals first. So I'll start it off with Butter Half. We'll do Butter Half. See if we can even see it. And then Tinsel in a Twist. We'll do that in the crease. And then we'll try to darken it up with Maple Bar. Let's try that and see if we can get 3 different shades. Do I even remember what I said? Yeah, we're going to start with Butter Half. Okay. So, powdery. Very powdery. I do... Oh no, I was gonna say there is a smell. I'm so stupid. I'm smelling the pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice had a smell. Okay. So guys, I do apologize for the background. Usually I do try to have like a nice background. I don't know how. Lately I'm starting to think things that I think are important to people who watch YouTube because they're important to me. Is that dust? I'm looking in the mirror. There's dust like up on the ceiling. Okay, whatever, that's alright. Are not as important to people like watching your channel. I don't know. Is a background important to you? Do you really care? I like to have a good background. I don't have one right now because I'll tell you. Let me keep going with this and I'll tell you. Actually, it did not go on patchy at all. It's very, very easy to apply. Formulas, sometimes I'm learning as I do makeup that, like, I don't claim to know a whole lot, so I'm learning as I go. But one thing I am learning is that you can't tell everything from a swatch. Sometimes things can swatch really well and they don't apply as good. Okay, so I'm doing Tinsel in a Twist and it's going on very, very, very similar. There's a slight difference, but yeah, no, I guess there is a difference. I was going to say there's really no difference from Butter Half, but there is. You just kind of have to pack it on. Actually, the formula, once you use it, is not bad. It's kind of nice. They didn't swatch as good as they go on. Let me put it like that. Let me try Maple Bar. Yeah, how important is the background? I don't know. Right now, I am so like all over the place because I don't know, I just have so much cleaning, decluttering, and I feel like I just want to redo everything. I don't know if I said I am planning on leaving here, but probably I will be here for the year. My plan is to be here one more year in this house. So I'm not going crazy with anything, but I do want to just like really start decluttering, seeing what I have, what I don't have, with the idea in my head that I'm going to be moving. And I want to get rid of a lot of stuff. So, also, we're between seasons. Like, I like to keep my Thanksgiving stuff up, my fall stuff up, if you will, until after Thanksgiving. And then I start putting Christmas stuff up. This year, I decided, last year, the problem there is that my Christmas stuff up wasn't up that long. So I am going to start like putting some Christmas stuff up. And I started like in the closet, and then I'm kind of like moving out here. So I still have it's just a mess. It's just like so between seasons. So that's also another reason why this is like a Christmas palette. I've got fall stuff up in the background, but do people really care? I don't know. I'm starting to I don't know, like really, who cares? Seriously, whatever. All right, so let's go ahead with, going to try some, how about For Sure? I think these are the satins. How about S'more to Love and For Sure, and we'll do this in the middle, Santa Claus. How about that? And then we'll blend, blend, blend and see what happens. Oh my goodness. Talking about blending, it made me think of her because she used to always be down there. She was so special. Mel Thompson, the Sydney Grace just released. Did you see this? It was like a tribute to Mel Thompson. It's so, so beautiful. It's like a bunch of single shades. I guess that Mel, I don't know that much about it. I don't know if they were shades that she helps with, or if like helps come up with, or if they were just shades that she liked, or if they were shades that, the type of shades that she likes, but it already is on back order, which I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. So this is More to Love. The shade's supposed to be kind of dark, and it's not really, I guess a little bit. All right, I'm going to go with For Sure, the shade right next to it. Anyway, I was thinking of picking it up. It's on back order, so who knows when it's going to come back, but it's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. Mel was such a beautiful woman. I told the story a bunch of times. She was like the first YouTuber, between her and Taylor Wynn, they were the YouTubers I used to watch all the time before I had a channel when I was going through my depression. It made me so happy to watch them. And Mel, she just had so many, like, she used to have like a video every day. She did so many different looks. She was always so happy. And I don't know. I think, like, I really feel like YouTube has a void since she did pass away. Like, of course it has a void, but, I mean, there's nobody like her. There's still nobody like her. She was so special. And, I did not get the first palette that she had come out with, but I'm thinking I might pick this one up when it comes back, because it really, like, I don't know. She was, I don't know. She was one of a kind. I mean, everybody's one of a kind, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here's a shimmer. This is Santa Claus. This is supposed to be, I think, their version of metallic. I guess a little bit, but I think that the thing is now, when we think of metallics, especially if you're like into indie brands or whatever, then you want a pop metallic. You want a real metallic to come out. All right, it's not bad. So that's my neutral look, and it's not at all bad, but I'll hold my thoughts until the end. Okay, so there's the neutral look. So I'm going to go ahead and do a pink, more of a pink look, because that's kind of what I guess the other look is here. So I'll do Drummer Girl. I'll do Drummer Girl, and then we'll deepen it up. What can we deepen it up with? The other pinks are like Oh no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Bake It Happen and deepen it, do Drummer Girl in the crease. And then we'll do, oh actually, let me do the inner corner. Let me try one of these in the inner corner. I'm gonna go ahead and try Such a Snowflake on the inner corner before we move on to the other eye. My thoughts with this palette are kind of the thoughts I always have with these kind of things. If you are into, if you're like a collector, you know, and you, oh, it's pretty. But this kind of shimmer is hard to mess up. I feel like everybody does this shimmer. Okay, so we're gonna do Bake It Happen, Drummer Girl. This shade will be interesting because a lot of times it doesn't show, these kind of shades don't show up. I was really impressed with the Dior palette that I had. Not overly impressed, the cool tone one, because the pink showed up really nicely. I wasn't impressed with the shimmers, but I was impressed with the mattes. And then we will try Blueberry Blitzen, which is green, but whatever. Jam Packed and Ho Ho Nut. How about that? We'll do that in the inner corner. All right, guys, I have an idea of what to do. So let's go ahead and start with Bake It Happen. So yeah, I am planning, sorry, I still have my Halloween brush out. I am planning on doing a video. I talked about this before. I'm just waiting to get all my Physicians Formula stuff together because I'm still on my drugstore kick. We have some powdery formula here. And I'm going to talk about this, but yeah, I've been losing like my interest in makeup. And I don't know what the hell it is. Okay, you can't see. Bake It Happen, you can't see it all. Let me try this pink shade, Drummer Girl. I don't know what it is. If it's because I have been I don't know. You know what? Let's wait on it. Okay. Drummer Girl is pretty. You can see it. You can see it. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what it is that's going on with me, but I guess I'll wait till that video to talk about it. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. Going to be doing another huge eyeshadow declutter the end of the year. And I feel like I really just want to keep a few palettes because I don't even know like what I have anymore, and I don't know. Okay. So that's pretty. That's really pretty. Drummer Girl, you can see it. You can see it. I mean, it's a pale shade, but you can see it. A lot of those pinks, sometimes I feel like these pinks, you can't see them at all. So now let's go ahead in with Jam Packed and see what that looks like. Do that one right here. We'll do that on the outer lid. So, oh. That's not good. That shade did not go on good at all. Let me try it with a finger. I went to put my brush in the thing and it just fell right through. Okay, that's all right. Let me try it with the finger. Okay, even with a finger is not that easy to work with, but it does come out much better. Okay, so, but it's patchy for a shimmer. Patchy for a shimmer. Usually like the mattes. Okay, so I'm gonna try this green shade, Blueberry Blitzen. Blueberry Blitzen is green. I have a hard time with that. The shimmers are not easy to work with at all. And here's the thing with me, okay? I'm not like I would call myself maybe not a beginner, but like an experienced beginner. Like I don't do like makeup, like, you know, I'm just, this is a hobby for me. So usually I can tell, like, if, you know, if a formula is really easy to use, I won't have any problem with it. And if it's not, then, you know, this one's not that easy to use. So, I don't know. I don't really like that look. I don't like those shimmers, and those shimmers are like a big part, I think, of this palette. So, I don't know. Alright, let me go ahead and, this shade looks really pretty. I'll put this over it. This shade looks really nice. Ho Ho Nut. That shade looks really nice. So let's go ahead and in with that and try it. I feel like this video was like all over the place. Me rambling on. Alright. That's pretty. That's a pretty shade. That's a very pretty shade. But you're gonna like, this is such a standard shade. This shade is in like almost every palette I own or something like it. So, alright. I have my thoughts. I will give them to you right after this. Guys, I just realized it's Monday, which is awesome because that means that Sister Wives will be on demand. It is getting so good. Christine is divorcing the family. They're polygamous, so I was gonna say she's divorcing Cody, but I guess she is divorcing her sister wives too. I don't even know. If TLC knows what they are doing, I think they will give her a spinoff. I think they'll give Christine a spinoff. Follow her to Utah, see how she adjusts to life after polygamy, like who she's gonna date, whatever. I think that would be awesome. And I absolutely love Christine. I am on Team Christine. I think Cody is such a jerk. Like, I think I always kind of thought he was a jerk, but lately I'm really seeing what kind of a jerk he is. And I'm also not big fans of Mary and Robin. I think Janelle is really sweet. I think Janelle will be the next to go. And it will just be him and Robin and Mary hanging on for dear life, thinking that she is still has a chance with Cody. She was on, oh, whatever. I know a lot of you don't watch Sister Wives, but whatever. I could do like a whole thing on Sister Wives. Anyway, my thoughts on this palette, guys. I feel like a broken record, but I'm gonna tell you the same thing. I tell you, it's so much holiday makeup. If you are a collector or you want it for the packaging, then I think it might be worth it. It's $48. You do get an eyeliner and you do get a mascara with it. Although, once again, it is a travel mascara. It is not the full-size mascara. And sometimes these travel mascaras are just not as good. You do get a full-size eyeliner. So you can factor that into the price. And like I said, if you collect these palettes, I think a lot of people do collect these holiday Too Faced palettes. Then it might be worth the money to you if you are going for the formula, but you kind of already know this. I think people know this before they even release these. If you're going for the formula, it's not definitely far from the best that you can do if you have $48 that you want to spend on a palette. It's not bad. I have to say it's not bad. I was going to say I definitely liked the one last year better, and that is true. I thought they did a really nice job with the one last year, the Christmas in London palette, but they can't do the same palette again. They already did this theme, you know, so they do have to change it up. So I don't know if it's fair to make that comparison. I also like the color story better. They always do a neutral color story, and I guess they did have to change it a little bit. I don't think the looks that I did were necessarily bad, but the problem that I will tell you is that these two shades, which I think are kind of the standout shades, the Jam Packed and the Blueberry Blitzen, they're the worst ones. For me, they were the most difficult ones to work with in the palette. And if you take that away, you just have a basic neutral palette. And if you're looking for a basic neutral palette, this is in no way, shape, or form the best you can get. I'm actually going to be doing a video. It's probably going to be in the next 2 weeks, my favorite neutral palettes. You know, I am a neutral palette fiend. I am addicted to neutral palettes. I don't care. I love a neutral palette. It was really funny because yesterday I was watching Morgan Turner's, one of her rankings, and she was saying that she does a lot of color eyeshadow looks because of her YouTube channel, but if she didn't, she would just wear browns. I think a lot of people are neutral palette lovers. So anyway, I'm going to be talking about my absolute favorite neutral palettes. I'm trying to narrow it down from 14 that I have, that I came up with, that are my favorite, but I don't think I will be able to. So I think I'm going to be talking about 14 neutral palettes, and this would not be anywhere near those 14. So this is something that you buy because it's the holiday season and you collector and it's the packaging and it's just Christmassy and fun, whatever. That's why you buy this kind of palette. You don't buy it for the formula, which is just okay. Not the worst, but definitely far from the best. And if you're not a collector or you're not interested in the packaging, I think you could definitely skip You Drive Me Glazy by Too Faced. And that is it, guys. If you tried it, please let me know. Let me know what kind of makeup you pick up around the holidays, or if you pick up anything different. I think this will. I don't know. We'll see what happens next year. But yeah, I've kind of had it with the holiday makeup. I didn't buy anything at the Sephora sale. I am not planning on picking up any kind of holiday sets this year or anything like that. I just don't think for the most part it's worth it. I'm gonna maybe shoot, I think I'm gonna do a video with like 5 things from Sephora that I think are okay, like if you want to do some holiday sets or kind of worth it, and 5 things from Ulta, and then 5 that absolutely aren't from each store. But for the most part, guys, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on this palette. If you liked the video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. We talk about All in the Attic. It's everything you want me to talk about. You can certainly let me know in the comments, or you can DM me over at Kimmie Teresa on Instagram. Follow me over there. And if I can talk about it, I absolutely will. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I certainly hope you are all doing well. And until next time, and as always, please remember to take good care of yourself so you can take care of someone else. And I will see you real soon, hopefully with a better background, but who knows. All right, guys. Bye-bye.